Hey, welcome back. RC Crawler Talk. Back on the bench, the Overland Gladiator build off truck. Well, I got some progress made this week. Obviously, you can see I got the front bumper made. Turned out fairly good. Got the winch mounted. You know, there's always more stuff. Didn't quite get as much done as I wanted to. But I want to get sliders done, but that'll be next week or the week after. Got two different choices of wheels and tires. I got the Vanquish methods with swampers. Look pretty good. Not necessarily digging the blue with the gray, but we'll see. Always love swampers. Swampers are a good truck. Might be a good choice for this overland trailing type stuff. This side you also have the locked up RC internal wheels. These are trail ready wheels. They clear the portals, lots and lots of room with J Concept tires. I love the J Concept tires, but man, they are super squishy, super soft. Even with, I think these are medium outer dual stage crawler innovation foams. But I think this is the style of rim that I want to go. And, you know, it's Christmas season, so everything's kind of put on hold for purchase power. So we'll see what it looks like afterwards. So this week, obviously I got front bumper done. Works out pretty good. Axial didn't make it easy on us with mounting tabs, just the way they have their front frame. Obviously I've got a bunch of scale goodies, and all these are just kind of double back sticky taped on, just for kind of a mock-up to get an idea of what exactly I want to do. Not sure how that's going to work. 3D printer is going, so hopefully we'll have some more cool stuff to put on here. Still got the stock bumper. I did take the factory plastic sliders off. I'm going to make some different sliders for it for both sides. Keep it simple. Took a little Sharpie, fine tip Sharpie. It's not the greatest, but I followed the body lines and the door jambs and the top. So we're kind of working on some cosmetic stuff. And let me get you squared up here. So that stuff is still coming. What else did I do during it this week? A little bit of performance-wise stuff. I did some steering work. So with steering, to get a sharper steering angle, get that out of the way. Little tips and tricks that I have done. So if you notice your drag link, see I've got a couple little Sharpie marks. That's by bend marks right there. What that does is when you start getting really sharp turn, if you don't bend that drag link, this bar here, it will hit that center diff when you start turning sharp. Again, make sure you set your end points. With this guy, I actually put 10 millimeter hex hubs to push these wheels out just a little bit more. If you don't, you're going to end up hitting the lower links on both sides, maybe even the springs, if you don't extend that out just a hair. You know, the other ones I believe are 6 or 8 millimeter hubs. So you put 10 in there, just shows them out just a little bit more. The other thing I did is I adjusted the lower links. So on these, what you want to do is you want to get a little bit of toe out, right? So the tires toe out a little bit. So when you crank it over, this one will turn a little bit sharper than the outside. This should increase that steering a lot, right? The other thing you can do is you adjust the lower links so it actually takes your axle and it pushes the bottom of your axle out. So if you got your C hub straight up and down, you want that C to kind of lay back. And what that allows is it, when you turn it, it kind of pushes that whole wheel and tire out, allowing more contact patch to help you pull around the corner that you're trying to turn. So that's a free mod, just adjustments from the factory to help better with the steering. Another thing you can do on these particular axles, if we could see, turn it upside down, is you got these little bumps right in here. The AR45 and the capper axle, that's your bump stop. Now you could go in and shave that off if you want to get a little bit more grinding. But even at full bump, I'm really close to that lower link when I'm pinned. So I don't think that's going to be necessary on this truck. If you were in a comp setting, maybe. But for this, I think it's going to be good. The other thing I did is I took the battery tray off of here and I moved it up to the front, to the side. Now this is a big brick pack, so by moving the battery from here to here, I push the weight forward, get a little bit more front weight bias, which is what you want to help with climbing. Unfortunately, the big brick pack, it puts the weight on the side. So for this truck, I mean, it's going to be trailing, messing around, and I still have some more stuff to add on this side. Probably not enough to even it out, but I don't think it's going to dampen performance too much. Just adjust your springs up a little bit on both to kind of make that even at ride height. We'll see how it does. See how that big boy does. We may just end up running a little bit smaller of a pack. I mean, this is a 4100 3-cell. You can get good sized, 3600 Gens Ace batteries. They're a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter, and maybe better. But what I had to do for this mount is, if you remember right, originally, this was the original battery tray that was on the side. This will allow you to run the smaller packs. But because the length, these are adjustable. You just unscrew those, pull these out to fit the battery that you're going to use. And they screw down to another plastic piece that's actually mounted to the slider. So what I had to do is I had to pull that off, take some measurements, and move the mount that screws this, re-drill 2 holes. I moved it over, I can't even remember, 1/4 inch or so. Moved it back so this battery tray would fit as far forward as possible. Don't be afraid to drill holes. If it doesn't work, it's plastic. Re-drill them. Do something else. If you change it up. You got to try it to make it work. So other than that, I got to decide what wheels and tires. Still undecided. But as with everything, it's a project to build off. It's all about fun and making it work, right? So let's get this guy back on there. So we got some cool things coming. Got my shopping carts loaded up, waiting to hit buy. Of course, Christmas, holiday season, those kind of things get put on hold a little bit. That's okay. It'll get done. I got a few more weeks to make it happen. Kind of looks funky with the mismatched tires. So we got light kits for it. I got lights putting on. I got some cool little fiber optic setups from a buddy. He hooked me up. He makes them. I'm going to try to figure out how to put some of that cool stuff on there. Yeah, we got some cool stuff coming. Can't tell you everything because, stuff changes, just like with stuff in the back. All the stuff in the back, like I said, it's just double back sticky taped. I can pull it up, move it where I want, change it around. I do know that this rack is going to come off. It's too tall. So I'm going to, for sure, I'm going to make a shorter one. I'm going to make a half rack. And got plans. Got to focus. Got to get her done. All right, well, that's it for this update for this week. Appreciate everybody watching. Stay tuned. Make sure you check out the other guys. Cornfed _ 547 on Instagram, and Team Pain RC also on Instagram, and follow their trucks on the Facebook group, Pacific Northwest RC Crawlers. So check their trucks out, see what they've done this week, and tune back and keep watching. This is turning out to be a fun build, fun little friendly competition. Gotta have those. All right, guys. Well, Merry Christmas to all, and we will see you next week. Thanks.